Good afternoon and welcome back to Solent Sports News. I'm Diogo Andrade and these are your sporting headlines. Starting with the Premier League, Phil Foden at the age of 23 has carried Manchester City in a 3-1 win against Brentford, where he scored his second ever career hat-trick. Before this fixture, the last time the Citizens beat the Bees was the 9th of February 2022. The sniper, as his teammates like to call him, is eager to play him in the middle, but ultimately he's looking to improve his game. City are slowly closing the gap at the top of the table, being just 2 points behind league leaders Liverpool and having a game in hand. Crystal Palace star man Elise is expected to be sidelined for at least 2 months after re-aggravating a hamstring injury during Saturday's defeat to Brighton and Hove Albion. Elise was brought on at half-time with Palace already 3-0 down. At the break, he only managed to play 10 minutes before signalling to the bench and implying that he could no longer continue. Palace also had Mark Guehi come off injured in the match, with Eberechi Eze already injured. The injury-plagued Eagles now only sit 5 points clear of the relegation zone. FA Cup 4th round replay will take place between Southampton and Watford later tonight. Over to Nathan Potter, live at St Mary's.
Good camera, yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm here outside St Mary's Stadium, home of Southampton Football Club. Tonight, they take on Watford in a 4th round FA Cup replay. The original time, that was a 1-1 draw at Vicarage Road, with Stuart Armstrong getting a late equaliser for the Saints. They'll be looking to extend their unbeaten run from 23 to 24 tonight. Team news now, and Joe Aribo, he's still away on international duty with Nigeria at the African Cup of Nations. Sulemana, he's still not back for quite a few weeks. He'll return mid-February, potentially. David Brooks, he won't be featuring either, as he was cut-tied with Bournemouth in their 5-0 win at the Vitality Stadium against Swansea. Stuart Armstrong, he's out as well. Now, Mason Holgate and Carlos Alcaraz, they won't feature tonight, as they both featured in the original tie at Vicarage Road, but they have both gone on loan moves. Carlos Alcaraz, he's gone to Juventus on loan, and Mason Holgate got recalled by Everton to go out on loan to Sheffield United. That's it for now.
Emma Raducanu has put her name back at the top after a convincing win in the Abu Dhabi Open final. Raducanu soared to fame after winning the US Open in 2021, becoming #1 ranked in women's tennis. After winning the final in straight sets, the Brit is back on the top and ready to perform in her next major tournament. Now we look into Joey Rapley, a university student who has chosen to continue with his studies instead of a professional football contract. Tom Scrouston has the story.
Solent University student Joey Rapley has recently revealed he rejected a professional contract from National League North side Kings Lynn during the summer. After rejecting the contract, Joey decided to join his local Saturday League side in Southampton called Mitchell Marston Timpsbury to keep in shape and regain his love for football.
Well, I mean, I really enjoyed my time playing football, and I've always sort of enjoyed playing as a solo thing. But I think when I came to uni for a year, because I was only on a youth contract there, so I got paid whilst I was there. But I had my contract, and stuff, and I had my uni here. I think the big thing for me was, did I want to play it full time? Did I enjoy it enough to commit my life to it? So that was sort of the thought on my mind coming to university now in Southampton, which is obviously a long way away from where Kings Lynn play in Norfolk. So it was 3-4 hours away. And after my first year here, I was sort of training there when I went back for holidays, for Christmases, and I've come back and they've given me an offer to say, we'll have you here full time, have you do this on a paid contract. But that's something that it takes a lot of commitment, being away for Christmases and New Year's. And I was really enjoying where I was with my uni commitments. So I think it's important that I chose what I wanted to do, and I was going to enjoy it. So I think the idea of playing football professionally full time is glorified.
Centre midfielder Chris Backwell, who has been a stalwart at the club for many years now, has praised Joey's impact on the side due to his high versatility, even leading to comparisons to James Milner.
Oh, we call him James Milner just to wind him up. He's played centre mid, right mid, centre half, right back for us. So yeah, he's decent. He plays all positions. He's got legs on him. Yeah, he was a big miss when he wasn't here over Christmas, because obviously he went back to went back home because he wasn't at uni. So yeah, it's good to have him back. And yeah, doesn't get booked much either, which is helpful. Yeah, his football IQ is on it. Like he makes the right decisions in the right places. But yeah, no, he's class in regards to his touch. Like you can give him the ball and know he's going to bring it down and control it. You don't have to worry about him giving it away. You don't have to make a defensively minded run. You can actually play off him and go and join in. So yeah, you can definitely see that he's played higher because he's got that understanding of how to play football and he can read the game really well as well.
Rock climbing is a new and growing sport to get into. Supreme Sports News went to cover a story on a rock climbing competition at Boulder Shack Climbing Gym.
Rock climbing has gone from niche sport to worldwide sensation due to being added to the Olympics as of the 2020 Summer Games in Tokyo. We visited local rock climbing gym Boulder Shack to see how popular the sport has become in recent years.
We are Supreme Sports News.
We're here at Boulder Shack today. Let's go in and have a look. Let's go. Boulder Shack first opened in 2017 and has only become more and more popular the longer it's been open. People who may want to get into rock climbing and have never participated in it before are welcomed here, as well as more advanced rock climbers. Boulder Shack also hosts rock climbing competitions in which people travel from very far away to compete in. We spoke to one particular rock climber, Alex Fritz, who travelled all the way over from Romania to participate in a competition. I'm here with Alex from Romania. You're here for a competition, yeah?
Yeah, I'm here for a competition that's going to take place Saturday.
So this is your first time at Boulder Shack?
It's actually the first time. I've seen them on Instagram for quite a bit. So yeah, and I really like the gym. The vibes here are cool.
How did you first get into rock climbing?
I was like 15 or 14 and a friend took me like rock climbing at a crag. And since then I really enjoyed it. And from that moment I actually bought my first pair of climbing shoes and I said I want to be a competition climber and I'm going to do everything that it takes to be a competition climber.
How do you feel about people criticising rock climbing?
It's a more common thing for people to criticize rock climbing, and it's an Olympic sport, so why should you criticize? It's like you're criticizing swimming or I don't know, athletics or something. I think it's like the same thing. Since it's an Olympic sport, it shouldn't be criticized at all. The rock climbing community is like really helpful, and the guys are super great, and you can learn a lot just by sitting and watching and asking them.
Battle's finished here at Boulder Shack. Diego, how did you find it?
Yeah, I found it amazing, mate. I think this place has a real sense of community and people should definitely check it out.
Moving to American football now, as Patrick Mahomes is ready to make it back-to-back Super Bowls with the Kansas City Chiefs as they face the San Francisco 49ers this Sunday in this year's Super Bowl. So the San Francisco team will be hoping to break their 30-year bad run of form. The Las Vegas Showdown will take place this Sunday with the Lombardi Trophy all on the line in America's biggest sporting event of the year. Bridge, the Gap charity, has been running a five-a-side match each week to help 18 to 35-year-old men who are struggling. Finley Harlow went to one of the games.
Based in Southampton, Bridge the Gap is a charity with the aim of bringing 18 to 35-year-old men together from all backgrounds through their love of football and faith. Since its formation by Tristan Lurie in 2019, the group has partnered with 19 different churches and has 17 different locations across England and Wales. In Southampton, every Monday between 7:45 and 9, the organisation runs 4 six-a-side pitches that require just £4 entry fee. The different style of football has clearly caught on, as in early September the event had 30 weekly participants, whereas by January 80 players were turning up.
So I had a vision on a plane to South Africa about how creating these football communities across the country, supporting young men across the country, working with churches and building volunteer teams across the UK to create open access footballing communities. The reality, there isn't many spaces that people can just come to and play football unless you've got a group of 15, 20 friends to hire a pitch, then obviously that's great, but not everyone has that. So a space that is like open access, come and play as you are. If you're away for a week, that's fine, there's no commitment. I think that's probably why, and people keep bringing all their friends, that's probably why it's grown so much.
The weekly session is open to anyone, and to encourage participants to make new friends and have fun, there is no league table, and each week the teams are randomised. To push these values and support new players, there are group leaders on each team. One of these is Zach Davis.
I just love meeting new people and just the vibe of this place and inviting just young men to sort of come play football and have a bit of fun rather than doing other things. And yeah, just having lots of friends that play football, like, it's just a good vibe.
The influx of new players could be in part down to the new wave of university students who are trying to find a new community and a group to be part of. Joe Sperry moved to the South Coast in September and has been attending church at Five-a-Side since.
Started off Zach, who's obviously one of the people that help out here. He brought me along. It'd be good to do a bit of football, really. It's kind of my only exercise kind of in the week, so it's been nice to come and play with those lads out here.
And the growth doesn't look like it's going to stop soon, as due to the popularity of his events, Lurie aims to open 50 different locations across the UK by 2026.
Lads, thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure, and see you soon next week.
Last but not least, Nathan Rollings has an exclusive story where he spoke to Winchester's new addition, Dan Jones.
I'm here at the Charters Community Stadium, the home of Winchester City FC, where the lads are training for their upcoming fixture against Swindon Supermarine. And for midfielder Dan Jones, it's an exciting time, as the 21-year-old has just signed a contract at the club, keeping him here until the summer of 2025. Previously, Dan was on a non-contract, meaning he got paid game by game when he was named in the matchday squad. After struggling to break into the starting 11 last season, he's come on leaps and bounds and cemented himself as a key member of the squad. He said that he's had to be patient and that he's worked hard to get to this point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously last season was an interesting one for me. I was a bit more on the sidelines, but I had a chat with Davo and he said that just be patient, your time will come, and I got given the opportunity at the start of the season. I'm just trying to make the most of it, improve every game, improve in training, and just take the opportunity.
Jones, who has previously made appearances for League Two side Forest Green, went on to say that the decision was an easy one.
Yeah, like I said before, absolutely buzzing, a bit of a no-brainer. Had a chat with Davo, had a chat with the rest of the staff here, and it was an easy decision for me with the way that the club's going, and yeah, really looking forward to the rest of the season and next season as well. But yeah, I think the main thing is just bonding as a team and making sure that everyone's gelled together, not just me individually, but make sure that team spirit there, and pushing on and putting that into games.
Manager Craig Davis says he's glad the midfielder signed the deal and that it wasn't always easy for the young man.
Yeah, really pleased. He's a really good lad. We've picked him up from he was at Aldershot and needed to really find his feet in adult football, and we gave him that opportunity. Last year he was, we had to work with him quite a lot. He was in and out of the team.
The decision looks to have paid off for both parties, as Dan has put in some stellar performances recently and the team has reaped the rewards. Nathan Rawlings, Solent Sports News.
Pleasure. Love it. Up the winch.
That's all for today. For more news stories, check out our website and social media. We'll see you next time.